In this video, I'm going to tell you about the recent announcement from Microsoft regarding Azure reserved instances that makes it easier for MSPs to make more money when selling Azure. Using Azure reserved instances, or RIs, is one of the biggest cost control levers that MSPs can use to increase their margin when selling Azure. Until recently, you had to pay for them upfront. With 12 or 36-month commitments, that was a pretty big amount for most organizations. Now you can pay for them monthly. I'm Vadim Vladimirsky, the CEO of Nerdio, and if you're an MSP looking to build or grow your Azure practice, then this is the channel for you. Azure reserved instances are a way to commit to a certain type of compute capacity in one of Microsoft's Azure regions. And in exchange, you can get a fairly significant discount. How big is this discount? Well, it could be up to 50% off the listed pay-as-you-go Azure prices. The challenge is that you had to pay for this commitment upfront, and generally that meant shelling out thousands of dollars. Recently, Microsoft announced they will now allow people to pay for Azure reservations on a monthly basis instead of all upfront. This is a very welcome change and is really going to increase the popularity of reserved instances, which is a very efficient way to use Azure. Let's take a look at what this practically means. The first thing to keep in mind is that this is not a way to finance reserved instances. Microsoft does not charge any interest or any finance charges and allows their customers to just pay for these reservations on a monthly basis. The way you calculate the cost of the monthly payment is simply taking the upfront cost of the reservation and dividing it by either 12 or 36, depending on which reservation you purchased. The second thing to keep in mind is that outside of the payment schedule, instead of paying upfront, paying monthly, not much else is changing with reservations. It is still a commitment that you're making to Microsoft that you're going to use a certain amount of capacity and pay for it over time, which means that if you decide that you want to cancel a reservation, there is going to be a cancellation fee, just like there is with upfront payments. The third thing to keep in mind is that if you already have a reservation for which you paid upfront, it cannot be converted to monthly payments once it's already in use. Now, if you're going to renew this reservation in the future, then you can convert it from being an upfront to a monthly payment. The Nerdio cost estimator is already updated to allow you to model the cost of reservations both on a monthly payment plan as well as upfront. So go ahead, click on the link below this video to try it out yourself.